The conversation online and be a part of WCTC's real-time talk. Like 1450 WCTC on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at 1450 WCTC. Jersey Central with Burt Barron.
Think we could listen to the radio or something?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
That's the best suggestion I've heard all day. 7:09, hour number 2 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Live inside the Ford's Jewelers Studios today. It is Burt Barron. Great to have you here. We'll do our contest coming up in just a bit. Chance to win a pair of tickets to see an afternoon of holiday haunts. It will be performed live on stage at the Bickford Theater by the Fireside Mystery Theater Group. And we're going to be talking to a couple of the performers a little bit later on this morning, too. Chance to win some tickets is coming up. Well, of course, the year is coming to an end, 2016 winding down, and now is really the time to reflect back on the past year. Start thinking about those New Year's resolutions. There's a lot of things you could do. And this, of course, before we get sidetracked by the calorie-loaded meals. It's hard to not just overeat during the holiday season, that's for sure. So this year, make December 1st the new January 1st and start building some healthy habits now. Well, how do we do that? Special guest who's with me here this morning is Joe Woods. He's the CEO of Go365 and also a vice president for Humana, here to talk about some ways to stay healthy during the holiday season here. Joe, good morning. It's Burt Barron. Welcome to WCTC. How are you?
Hey, Burt. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Good to talk to you. Man, it's so tough to just kind of stay on track, particularly this time of year. Every day I come to work here, and there's, one day there's a box of donuts, one day there's a plate of cookies, the next day somebody's bringing something else in. What are some ways to just kind of stay on track and kind of keep it together over this time of year?
Yeah, in a nutshell, it's all about balance, and it's about moderation. If you think about it, we could always go and just focus on the eggnog and ignore exercise, but that's probably not what we should do. You have to have a balance of both of those. You can't pass up great candies or cookies or whatever, but you have to remember that, the reward for being able to eat that is to be able to focus on the fact that you can reduce the impact by just walking around your neighborhood, walking steps, going to the gym, pushing back from the table and getting your family involved also when they're over for the holidays to just get out and be active. My family's incredibly competitive, so whenever you have a family like that, it's a heck of a lot easier.
Oh, boy. I'm glad you mentioned the part there about the balance there, Joe, because I've been reading some headlines in recent days that they say, exercise is great. Exercise, of course, is vital to maintaining a healthy lifestyle. But the one thing that you as an individual have complete control over is what you eat and how much you eat and good food habits. And like you said, that balance is really critical. Exercise and diet has become such an important component to just being healthy, controlling what we eat and developing good habits.
Yeah, absolutely. It's unrealistic to think that we're not going to participate in a holiday and eat food. But one thing that the folks that are involved in preparing the food can think about is, what are some substitutions that are healthy that taste just as good, but that you can actually, bring to the table, and you can help folks create that balance if they can't do it on their own. So the folks that are preparing the food have got a great opportunity to bring wellness and a focus on a healthier table to help the folks that are around that table participating with them and having a great time.
Gotcha. What is Go365, Joe? What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Go365, it's currently called Humana Vitality. We're changing our name as of January 1st. It's a really great program that is a wellness program that motivates people to make changes in their current health or to maintain their good health by just really focusing on things as simple as getting out and walking steps, going to the gym, getting your preventive care services that are appropriate for you. And every step along the way, the Go365 program rewards people for doing those healthy benefits. And ultimately, you reap rewards like gift cards or movie tickets, a nice value for doing what we should be doing anyway, which is really focusing on our current state of health and always trying to improve it.
I thought the rewards were like, a candy apple or something, but that would go in the other direction then if you did that, right?
It would. Everybody occasionally will want a candy apple, but what we think is more valuable is the fact that, you can realize that through just exercising or just walking every day or substituting some of the things that you eat for healthier food, you might be able to get a fitness tracker or be able to go see a movie. And there's a value to that because you remember how you earned that reward because you were doing the right thing and improving your health.
Now, just with the name of Go365 kind of gives me the idea that this is a day-by-day sort of approach approach that creates a healthy lifestyle a month at a time, a year at a time. This is actually a day at a time. Does it allow for a little, maybe a break on a weekend or a Friday or something, Joe, just to kind of reward yourself for kind of toughing it out for the rest of the week?
You know, Bert, like we said at the beginning, it's all about balance. So it absolutely does. The great thing about this program is you can start wherever you're comfortable. You don't have to be a triathlete to be successful in this program. Actually, people that even have chronic conditions have proved very successful in a program like this because it's really about how you want to engage and at what level you want to engage. So, for example, I go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. I don't go on Saturday and Sunday because that's kind of my fun time. And one of those days over the weekend, I'm going to admit, I'm going to cheat a little and have some food that I really like. That balance is incredibly important because that's part of the motivation that gets us to go day to day and realize that, you know, it's a journey, not a race.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to get there immediately, and you're not going to become, you know, the healthiest person overnight. But the fact that you can do it at your pace, your goals are personalized, and then ultimately, like I said, you can reap those rewards. It's pretty much a program that can fit anyone, regardless of where they are in their health.
I like it, and it's about having that devotion, Joe, and that commitment that says, you know what, you can give yourself a break on Saturday and Sunday, but man, you better be back on it on Monday, or you know what, that's when you start to kind of fall off the wagon a little bit. Well, you know, maybe not. Start making excuses. You know what, you've got to be committed and get back in that routine on Monday. And once people kind of start and get in that rhythm, I think it makes it a little bit easier for people once you kind of clear those first couple of hurdles.
You know, you're exactly right. And another thing that makes it easier, too, is if you do this with your friend or with your coworker, because what we have found is that when people challenge each other, peer-to-peer competition or just peer-to-peer support, you know, having a guiding person there to push you a little bit and say, you know, hey, let's meet at the gym Monday or let's walk at lunch instead of going to lunch. That really also helps motivate people because it takes them outside of their comfort zone and it pushes them into this environment of friendly competition. And who doesn't want to be competitive with their peers?
Yeah, exactly. Where can we go to get some more details on the Go365 program, Joe?
Yeah, if you are a Humana Medicare beneficiary, you can go to www.humanamedicare.com, and that's where our individuals that have our Medicare coverage can find out more about this program. It's a great program to motivate people with Medicare to go out there and continue to be healthy in their life.
All right, very cool. Good information, and here's to a healthier 2017 for New Jersey and beyond, Joe. Thank you for your time this morning, all right?
Bert, it was my pleasure.
All right, all mine. Thank you very much. All right, Joe Woods, my guest there, talking about the Go365